Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are Qur'anic, and we seek to make learning the Quran more streamlined and accessible for all. Every Muslim wants to improve upon their recitation, but not all have the time nor resources to take classes or self-study. That's where Qur'anic comes in. Qur'anic helps you learn proper tajweed and recitation by taking a recording of your reading and intuitively pointing out any errors that may occur, thus targeting and helping you solve your weak points.
So the implementation is based on a number of different components. We took a sort of a microservices approach to implementing this because we want this to be something that's sort of robust and scalable and easy to develop. And so the way it works is there are various client platforms, and so right now there's just a web platform, and so the user records their voice of reading a certain passage of the Quran and submits that to the backend. And so there's an audio backend that takes that audio and transcribes it into Arabic text. And so right now the way that's being done is it's using Google Speech API to do Arabic voice to text, but in the future we'll be able to use neural networks in order to do that much better, because there are a lot of disadvantages with using the API. For example, they don't do tashkil. On top of that, Arabic voice recognition is a relatively underexplored area of machine learning, and so it's an interesting problem in and of itself because most speech and NLP research is in English at the moment. Once that is done, we have sort of an alignment problem where we have a transcribed string and we have the canonical string from the Quran that the person is reciting, right? And so we do an alignment of those two strings in order to find which words were missing or which words were added and so on, right? And so that's a separate service that sort of returns the information about what the alignment errors were. And the front end is able to display that and give feedback to the user that way. In the future, there's a lot of different places we can take this, such as sort of tailoring a memorization scheme to a user, remembering areas that a person is consistently making mistakes in. If there are multiple users, then we can sort of identify hotspots where people tend to make lots of mistakes. And it really gives us an opportunity to take like a data-driven approach to understanding like how people memorize the Quran and where the difficulties and where the easy parts are for them.
It's a simple app where you recite your Quran to identify some mistakes and helps you get better recitation.